welcome to another season of the Gen Z show. This season is super duper and it is packed. Today I am not doing this alone. I am with the beautiful Sandra. My name is Sima. Sandra,
Yes.
you look pretty.
Thank you very much. You also look gorgeous.
Thank you, Sandra. All right, so we're not doing this alone today. We have a studio in-house and the place is full.
Yes.
I can see beautiful ladies
Yes.
and young gentlemen. Please, everybody, give me two. Give me two. Give me two. Yeah, we're ready and we are poised for the show. Sandra, what is today's topic?
All right. So today's topic on Gen Z show is what is the priority of the next government in the next 100 days when they are voted into power? Yes. So what do we expect from them as Gen Zs? What do we expect from the new governments in their first 100 days in office?
Wow, that is something to munch on, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. Okay.
But then
so-
before we go,
yeah.
I have a review just to brush through the NPP manifesto. That is what I have available here. So some of the commitments they wish to have for Ghanaians when they come into power. All right, so the first one is sustain and expand Ghana's rebounding economy. So they're trying to make some touch up and some changes somewhere to make the economy stable. Well,
All right.
create new job opportunities for Ghanaians, implement wide-range tax reforms.
Tax reforms.
Yes.
I think this government, the current government, they did a lot with taxes. A lot with. We are not moving. Move on, please.
All right, so they are going to reduce the cost of living for Ghanaians. Sit, relax, and enjoy. All right? They're going to expand public infrastructure, provide better health care for all, and then implement affirmative action for women and girls. Provide good governance, blah, 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 blah.
The list is long.
A lot.
But I didn't hear the guitar in there. I'm sure it's somewhere in there. I'm sure it is. It is
So
down
the
there.
latter part, I know
It
it's
is,
good.
yeah.
eh?
So I also have in hand documents from the NDC side. This is actually, they've put this document together as what they're going to do in the first 120 days when they come to office. I'm just going to brush through a few of them so
Sure.
that it gives us perspective into what they are bringing to the table. So the first on the list, he says, I'm going to nominate within the first 14 days a competent cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. Next one, he says, contribute to the least and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic within our first 19 days, establish a robust code of conduct and standards for government officials. So I think for him, he's holding the government accountable in the first few days,
Yes.
hold national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a home growth financial conciliation program
wow.
to guide the budget. Next one, he says, within the first 90 days in office, scrap the following taxes to alleviate hardship and erase the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID-19 levy, I like that one.
Wow.
Levy on bet winnings
Hooray.
and emission levy.
Hooray.
All right. Then the next one, let me jump some of them.
All
It says establish an accelerated export development council,
Yeah.
and then convene a national consultative conference on education, implement no academic fee policy for first-year students in public tertiary institutions. The next one, he says reduce the flowing social interventions, free tertiary education for persons with disability in Ghana, and medical trust fund. And then let me just touch on a few other ones. He says institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets. That is really good. I mean, we are tired. Allocate need money for establishment of Women Development Bank. So that is for some of the things that the NDC is hoping to do in the first 120 days if they are given the chance to assume power in Ghana.
All right, so disclaimer. Please, we are not being political here.
About this.
This is what we have available. That is why we brought this. We had the NPP and the NDC.
have the NDC.
Yes, but then as time goes on, we'll bring more other parties, yes, and then we will know what they also have for us.
For us. But then before we move on to the audience here, I want us to focus on what is happening in other sectors of the economy, because the first 100 days agenda is not related to Ghana alone. People in different countries, other economies, are experiencing the same things, which means when you assume office as a president or as a government, the people are looking out to see what you do with your first 3 months, basically, because how you kick off will give us a fair idea of how you're going to take the ride on.
Sure.
And then and so let's take a few
Yes.
reactions.
I can. No, they're even giving me they're giving me. I
Facial
want to
expression.
talk. Like they want to talk. Like the lady beside Rabi, she's giving me eye. Like she wants to say something. Yes, tell me something.
Hello, Nana. Let's start with
Pass
you.
the microphone. Thank you.
You are a queen, so let's start with that. Let's give it to her. Let's give it to her. Yeah.
All right, so tell us, what do you expect from the new government,
For the first 100 days.
for the first 100 days when it comes into power?
Thank you. We are expecting job creation.
Job creation.
Yes.
Is that all you're expecting from the government for
Yes,
4
please.
years or more? Well,
Okay.
I think
So
because
for
we are
now,
limiting
job
it to
creation,
the first
yes.
100 days, she's looking at job creation for the first
For the-
100 days.
oh, okay.
Yeah, let's give it to Nana. All right. Bosu.
William.
Okay, so I think I like what you said about the NDC manifesto. They said like they'll scratch the taxes to alleviate the cost of living in Ghana.
Yeah.
I think the high cost of living in Ghana is because of the high tax we are paying right now, and then how things are escalating.
Yeah.
So I think when they come to power, the next 100 days, they should try and alleviate, like they said, the taxes so that things will become and better for us.
Nana, so we are as a house,
Yes.
we are charging you to keep record that in the next 100 days, if the NDC should come to power, and after 100 days, these taxes are not elevated, you hold them responsible, are you not?
Yeah, because like in the manifesto, they were like when they come to power, they will alleviate, they will reduce the high amount of high cost of living in the
Yeah.
country. So we are looking up to them for them to be able to fulfill their promise, and then so that we'll have peace of mind and a better Ghana like we used to have then. Yeah, so we are looking forward to
So
that.
you are basing that on just for the NDC?
Okay, the NPP manifesto, I think,
Also,
sorry.
no, I also spoke about taxes.
They spoke
Yes,
about taxes.
yes.
I didn't hear it,
Yes.
sorry. But like, I heard what she said about the NPP, so
All right.
I'm very particular about that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So at least it's a challenge to both parties or
Yes.
any government, independent candidates. If you come into power, at least for Nana, he's hoping that these taxes are taken off so that his life he could have some level of comfort at home, and then the hardships will go down. Let's take another reaction. Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I think with everything there is a starter.
Yeah.
So right now the state of the economy is not good at all. It's nothing to write home about. So I think if they should start with something. As for the manifesto, we've been hearing it. That one we know they have sweet mouths. They can brainwash us every time. So we want to see something. They should at least, maybe if you say you want to help with the infrastructure, hospitals, schools, at least when we see that you've packed blocks, you are putting on the structure, not the building, but at least start something for us to know that you are willing to help the economy. Thank you.
Wow.
But as we discussed this with the first 100 days, you know, all of these things, they come with budgets. Do we have the resources there readily available to be able to accomplish all of these things within the... Do we think as Gen Zs, realistically, do we think that the government is having some
Yes.
funds sitting there,
She wants to say something. She said yes. She said it. I heard
sitting
her
there to
clearly.
execute
Yes.
the first 100 days agenda? Let's take your reaction from that one.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we have the resources for that because, come to think of it, there are people in power that are looting the country's, resources, and then they don't make the right use of the resources available because we pay taxes, you get it, and then me, what I see that they use their taxes for is just free education. Even that one, their feeding is something else.
bad.
Because my brother calls me almost every day saying they just eat gari and soup. What do we pay their taxes for? That is it.
Okay.
We have the resources, but we are not making good use of the resources available.
All right.
But if we sit down to think and then try to make use of the resources, this high cost of living can be alleviated. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. I think one of the things I deduce from what she's saying is about not just doing it, but the quality of what you're doing also matters.
it also
So
counts,
thank you very
yes.
much for bringing that perspective into the conversation as
Yes.
well.
Well, you didn't take my opinion.
Say, please, madam, what is your opinion?
Well, I feel like in the first 100 days, the government who will be in power by then should at least focus on health service, or let's say quality health care. Because nowadays, the kind of sicknesses or the kind of health attention that we need as citizens, we are not getting it at all. Sometimes you go to the hospital or even news circulating around health, when you read them, when you listen to them, it feels like they are being dejected, like they don't give them that kind of quality attention. Today as I was coming, I was listening to a radio and a person was like, the nurse doesn't even know that the lady who is pregnant is coming to give birth, like her time is due. Doesn't even know. Had to sack the lady to go back and then come back, and then it's like the person has delayed in giving birth, so they had to operate on the person. The person has to go through.
Sad.
Yes.
That's really sad.
They don't
to hear.
pay at some people, let me say some of the nurses or some of the hospitals don't pay attention to the patients, which is causing something on its own. It's very bad, yes. I think they should start from, even if they don't start from that, they should build up on
they
it,
should.
yes. Build up on that, improve that a bit, and then also employment, because when they are coming to give us these promises, they use us the Gen Zs and then they use employment for us. And then it
because
works for
you-
us.
the-
Yes, it
everybody
works.
needs to work, yeah.
So if they still want us to maintain that trust, they should also start up that one, improve on that one to a bit, so that at least our hopes will be high. And then
Okay, hopes will be high. So whichever government wins, at least you are hearing it from here.
I hope our voices are heard,
Oh, they
and then
will. We
actions
hope.
are taking place.
We hope, we
Yeah.
hope. So let's go to the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
So a Caribbean government which established a free COVID-19 tax and mass distribution program within 90 days of taking office, which is approximately 3 months, right?
Yeah, yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
So within 3 months, they were able to execute this. We did so in relation to the health issues you were raising. I think priorities need to be set.
Yes.
What are the priorities of the various governments if they come to power?
Yeah.
A North American country which made significant headway in its pledge to support the arrival of 25,000 Syrian refugees. So around the world, there are war drums hitting everywhere, and Syria happens to be one of those countries who is
Yes.
suffering. And then
Yes.
thankfully, you have a North American country who is receiving this, and it's a priority to them because for them, they are prioritizing human life,
Sure.
regardless of where you're coming from.
Very
and
true.
then a state government in South Africa who also met 70% of their target, only 3 months to provide title deeds to tenants previously denied ownership. So it looks like people they set an agenda and they try to achieve it by the end of that 3 months that they come into office. So the question is, if you're watching us from the house, what do you expect the government to do for us in the first 3 months, or let me say the first 100 days
Yes.
of assuming power? Sandra, what else do we have? What do we have on
All
the
right,
table
so enough of 100 days.
100
And let's
days.
move straight to today's video, the video of the day. So now let's see, and then let's listen well if we really agree to the point that is made by Coach Kwesi Eshon on Instagram.
All right, let's take a look.
It doesn't make sense to pay $10,000 to a connection man to send you to Canada or Europe. Invest the money in bakery business. Use that money to buy bakery equipment. Brand your bread like this. Slice the bread. Look for supermarkets that you are going to supply them your bread. Buy a van. If you can't afford to buy a small van to supply the bread, buy a tricycle supply your bread to supermarkets. You only have to brand it very well. You can also look for a busy location, right? Bake hot bread. People are going to buy every day because people eat bread every day. If you are looking for something that you can make money from, you have to invest in something that people patronize daily. People buy bread daily. I have been buying bread. So go into bread business. You don't have to change your location before you can make money. Why do you pay money to a connection man to go to America, Europe, and you become a second citizen? You only clean old people's toilets. You can make so much money in Africa if you go into bakery business than somebody who is hustling in Europe or Canada.
Oh, wow, that was something to digest. That was second-hand class citizen. That's a lot.
Yes.
All right, we don't want to be second-hand class citizens.
You don't
So
have to
let's
change your location before you can be successful.
exactly. Let's
Wow.
take reactions. I'm going to start from
Jennifer.
Jane.
Somehow I agree with what he's saying. That is, if he's using the bakery business as an example.
Okay.
But if he's saying that they shouldn't travel, but they should go for bakery business, as in like they shouldn't try any other business, then I disagree with him. Because me disagreeing with him, my reason is that business has to do with what one love, what you are, like you have the passion for.
Okay.
You can go in for a business that you have no idea. It will not work. It will not go on. If you don't have the passion for it, it will not work. For instance, the baking business that he's saying, me, myself, I'm a baker. I bake a lot. I do pastries. I take orders for birthday cakes. Anything that you want, I do.
Marketing, proper marketing.
So I can tell that if someone doesn't have passion for bakery business, then you go in for it. Trust me, you run away. Because it comes with a lot of stress. You will have to be on your feet when you are busy. So you are done with everything before you rest. So if he's saying that they should go in for bakery business, I disagree with him. Because one might be there, he has a different business idea. Had it been he said, oh, okay, even if you can't go in for bakery business, that is not only this thing. It's not only bread that people consume daily.
Yes,
You get it?
that's very
We
true.
have other things that people consume daily. So he could have set a lot of example instead of basing on only bakery business. And moreover,
So
We
to,
have-
to correct that, I don't think he said only
Yeah,
bakery.
he
He
said
said,
you-
for example,
Yes.
bakery.
oh,
Because
okay,
people
then I
eat
think I
bread
didn't hear
every
that.
day.
Yeah, then he
aspect.
made mention that you should look around your community or your environment and then know what the people want. Yes.
Okay. So I think I didn't hear that
For example,
aspect.
then you added a
And
bit.
also to add up, some people are there, sorry to say, but they don't have the mindset for business. No matter how you try, even if you use money to build a business for them to run, it will still collapse. Such people too, what will you say? You get it. So it's all about mentality. It's all about what you like, what you love, what your
Alright.
body system can take,
All right,
what you
let's give it to
yourself
her.
can
Let's
also
give it to
do.
her. Let's give it to her. That was good.
All right.
All right, so let's hear your opinion on that topic.
Oh,
too.
okay,
From
so-
there, I am coming to the military lady.
Yes.
Okay, so
haven't
speaking
spoken
about
to
that, I
him.
think I disagree with whatever he said over there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't just tell me to go into a business whilst like, okay, fine. Where's the money where's the funds that I will use to do that business?
He's saying
We-
that
we-
the one you go and give it to someone to do connection for you to come to Canada.
But like,
Use that
but
one.
like, Sima, you can't convince me for like, in as much as you want me to do a business in my country, like the Western world is far better than me being here. I would rather prefer being in the Western world and hustle than me being in Ghana and then
You want to
bake
be a
bread and sell.
second-hand citizen.
I want to be a second-hand citizen.
Wow.
Oh yeah, like see, I would choose the Western world 100 times than to be in Ghana and then
Why?
bake bread or.
Why?
What's the reason?
See, okay, fine, very good question. What's my reason? Looking at the cost of living over here, see, the country is in a mess, and then we the youth, like it's like we are being used after then. What else? Nothing.
But you know it's not easy out there to...
But like I would prefer the Western world, like I said.
Okay.
Then that's my opinion, though. I'm not speaking
Alright.
for anybody. Like, that's
I
me.
get you, bro.
I prefer the
I get
Western
you.
world.
I feel
as,
you are.
as to compare to like me being here, then trying to do like my own. So I disagree with him.
All right.
All
So
right.
let's give it to...
Okay, so job creation, entrepreneurship is very important in every youngster's life.
All right.
I agree with what he said because I've had a little experience, right? Going through tough times, you might not have the means or whatever, but no matter what you have, the little you have, you can look around, right? Sometimes you don't have to create it yourself. Look around you. People are doing it all the time. Try to get it and get something for yourself. It will surprise you that what you've been asking from people, you would make it on your own, right? Without even struggling. You just have to make up your mind that you want to do this. Be ready to save up. Be ready to keep up your capital and everything. And you'll be fine, right? And I know some people would really like to go out, experience outside life, make sure they make it out there. But I can say that it's not everyone that would like to go into businesses, right? Entrepreneurship is not everyone that would. If you think you can work hard in someone's company and then make it for yourself, sure. But then remember that you are growing. In the next, how long? You definitely need something that will provide for you because our pension money, whatever, doesn't really help. So no matter what you're doing, please just build up your mind that one day you would have to establish your own something. Okay.
All right, Sima. But then do you know somebody can establish a business, but then it's going to collapse in no time?
Truth is, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. Everybody who is a business person will tell you that. I like the fact that she said she has to be on her feet so it is done.
Yes.
You might not have the capital to establish different departments where somebody is looking into your finances, somebody is procuring other things, somebody is checking your sales, no. So you are everything in one person.
Yes.
You have to make sure you're not running at a loss. You have to make sure your products are not going bad. You have to make sure that you're checking your expenditure. Yeah. Because truth is, Gen Zs, we like soft life. Who doesn't like soft life? Please let me see your hand if you don't like it. Just you don't like soft life.
You.
We all like the soft life.
Yes.
And so even though we want to travel out there to experience the things we see on social media, most of them are scam. Because they are suffering. Please. I have engaged a lot of people who will tell you that I never knew I had white nails until I came back home. Because they will wash bowls from morning to evening.
But then they'll tell you that the currency there is more flexible. Yes.
You see, there's the money, so
they'll do anything just to get it. You understand? Yes.
Just to get it. So it is not easy anywhere. It is not easy in Ghana. Trust me, it is not easy out there because you will work for the money. You will work for the money.
Just know that you work for it.
The Japan, you know, because sometimes when you travel, the skin color alone, your color lens changes. So the same phone where they use here.
Exactly your point. Is that all you are going
Immediately you travel, the lens has changed. Like your pictures are looking different. They are looking different.
We all have friends who have jackpot, and then we are seeing the change. I know.
Within 3 months.
I have a lot of friends. You too.
I do.
They've left us.
They are gone.
Oh.
They're gone like 1 week. The skin color is, you're like,
my goodness.
Chocolate and caramel. Ooh. The chocolate is skinning. But then, all jokes aside, we can make it in Ghana. We can make it out there.
Yes.
Those who want to go, you should allow them to Japan. The rest of us, we will keep the country running, won't we? Won't we?
Yes, we will fix it. Yes.
Somebody says we will fix it. Let's fix it together.
Yes.
All right. So what next do we have,
all right,
Sandra? So
we are moving into the relationship segment. That is the Gen Z version of Boo and Bae.
Storm.